Some stories begin with a plan. Others begin by accident. And then there are the rare ones, stories that explode into existence with the sound of a turbo, the smell of burning rubber, and a camera pointed at someone who genuinely loves having fun with cars. That is where the legend of Cleetus McFarland begins. A character who was never meant to exist, created by a guy who never expected millions of people to follow him. But sometimes the most unexpected things become the biggest parts of your life. And in Garrett Mitchell's case, that accident became a brand, a business, a racetrack, and a full-blown motorsports empire. Garrett grew up in Nebraska, far from the giant crowds he commands today, and even farther from the world of YouTube fame. He was the kind of kid who did not just like cars, he felt alive around them. His days were filled with engines, tools, tinkering, and anything mechanical he could get his hands on. He did not come from a glamorous racing family or a Hollywood background. He came from regular roots, but with that special spark that shows up in people who genuinely enjoy the grind. Before the internet knew him as Cleetus, Garrett was just a young guy studying at the University of Tampa. He had plans like everyone else, but not the kind of plans that involved becoming one of the largest automotive creators on the planet. Life started shifting when he got an internship at 1320 Video, one of the biggest street racing media groups at the time. He was not famous yet. He was behind the camera, filming cars, interviewing racers, and soaking in everything about the automotive world. Those early days taught him how car culture worked and how the internet reacted to real, raw automotive fun. And somewhere along that journey, the Cleetus character was born. It started as a joke, a goofy, over-the-top patriotic personality Garrett played during a video. No one expected it to stick, but viewers loved it. The sunglasses, the mullet, the hell yeah brother energy, people could not get enough. Suddenly, Garrett realized he was not just filming videos, he was becoming part of the show. The transition to YouTube was not planned. It happened naturally. Garrett put up a video on his own channel titled RC Boat Pro Boat Formula Fast Deck Brushless Crash, and that little upload kicked off something huge. It was not a polished film or a major production. It was simple, loud, and fun. Exactly what people wanted. More videos followed, more laughs, more burnouts. And slowly, the Cleetus McFarland channel started picking up speed. As the channel grew, Garrett kept experimenting, drag racing, drifting, insane builds, burnout competitions, sketchy ideas that turned into crowd favorites, and moments so chaotic they became memes. Cars like Leroy, the stripped-down twin-turbo Corvette that became one of the most iconic builds on YouTube, or Mullet, the Fox body that dominated everything it touched. He took automotive entertainment and made it bigger than anyone expected. It was not just about horsepower, it was about personality, story, and fun. Over the years, he built a tight-knit audience by simply being himself. No scripts, no fake drama, no empty clickbait. Just genuine chaos, crazy projects, and the type of humor that makes you feel like you are hanging out with friends in a garage. Today, Cleetus McFarland is not just a channel. It is a brand, a community, a movement. By 2025, he has built an audience of millions of subscribers with well over 1 billion views across his videos. And the wild part is that he is also massive on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and everywhere car fans hang out online. He built an online presence that follows him across every platform, proof that his personality is not limited to one app. And as the channel exploded, so did the business side. Garrett is financially successful not because of luck, but because he kept building layer after layer. His merchandise line is one of the strongest in the automotive YouTube world, with shirts, hats, hoodies, banners, die casts, and accessories, all stamped with that unmistakable Cleetus energy. Fans love wearing the brand because it feels like part of the lifestyle. Every sold-out drop shows how powerful the community is. But nothing he created compares to the biggest leap of his career, the Freedom Factory. At a time when most YouTubers were only thinking about views and sponsors, Garrett bought an entire racetrack. The old DeSoto Speedway in Florida had been abandoned, forgotten, and left to die. But Garrett saw potential. He saw a home for his cars, his events, his fans, and his future. So in 2020, he purchased it, poured in the work, fixed it, rebuilt it, cleaned it up, and transformed it into a motorsports playground unlike anything else. He named it the Freedom Factory, and that track became the heart of everything he does. From burnout competitions to drift nights to huge gatherings where fans from all over the country show up, the Freedom Factory turned into more than a business project. It became a symbol of what happens when a guy with passion and drive decides to invest back into the community that supported him. In every video filmed there, you can feel that pride. The roar of engines, the smoke clouds hanging over the track, the cheering crowds, it all comes together to prove that this was not just a renovation, it was a revival. Then there are the builds. Garrett and his team do not just modify cars, they turn them into characters. Leroy the Savage, Mullet, Toast, Ruby, Neighbor. The fleet is full of machines that have their own personalities and their own fan bases. Each build comes with its own challenges, victories, blow-ups, setbacks, and comebacks. Watching them evolve over the years is like watching a long-running series where every episode delivers something new. And no matter how big the brand gets, Garrett still looks like a guy who is genuinely having fun with his friends in a garage. That authenticity is what keeps millions coming back. Financially, Garrett has reached a point many creators dream about. Multiple revenue streams, a racetrack, brand deals, events, merch, and a massive online presence all add up. Most estimates put his net worth in the multiple millions by 2025. And the crazy thing is that he is still building. He is not slowing down or coasting. He is growing every year because he keeps taking risks that most people would not even consider. Behind the burnout smoke and the chaos, Garrett's personal life has grown beautifully. He married his wife, Garrett Mitchell, in 2021. Their relationship has been a quiet but important part of his life, not something he pushes in front of the camera all the time, but something you can tell he truly values. Over the years, their family has grown as well. They now have 2 children, a son named Ripper Mitchell, and a daughter named Jaden Ray Arsenault Starrett. Together, they have built a life that balances the non-stop energy of Garrett's career, with the grounding moments that come from being a husband and a father. It is a side of his story that adds warmth to the wild car culture he lives in. And when you talk about Cleetus McFarland, you cannot ignore his racing background. He is not just a YouTuber who films cars, he is a genuinely skilled driver with real results behind his name. Over the years, he has raced in drag events, circle track races, burnout competitions, and even participated in the famous 2.4 Hours of Le Mullets, the annual race he hosts at the Freedom Factory. He has also taken part in Sick Week, one of the toughest drag and drive events in the country, where he pushed his cars through multiple tracks and long highway miles. He has won several burnout competitions, including major moments at the Freedom Factory and special events hosted under the Cleetus and Cars banner. And of course, he famously took Leroy and Mullet to multiple drag victories, hitting extremely competitive quarter-mile times that proved he is not just out there for show. He respects the craft, breaks things, fixes them, learns fast, and keeps going, building a reputation as both an entertainer and a legitimate racer with real highlights on the track. Fast forward to 2025, and he is still thriving, still uploading, still racing, still building crazier machines, still filling the Freedom Factory, still making videos that feel like hanging out with buddies who love horsepower. His latest video at the moment features the same blend of excitement, loud engines, and unpredictable moments. The current upload, titled "Picking Up Our Brand New Corvette ZR1", continues that trademark Cleetus energy with big builds, real reactions, fast cars, and the kind of fun that keeps viewers hooked from beginning to end. He has not lost his spark. If anything, he is more focused, more experienced, and more unstoppable than ever. And as long as engines keep roaring and crowds keep cheering, you can bet he will keep pushing the limit, one burnout at a time.